Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. It's time for a video discussing minifigs. Well, I don't have an example right in front of me or anywhere near me. Oh well. We all know about minifigs. Minifigs are tried and true. They are basically little tiny pseudo-human we all know what minifigs are. They are basically the reason why people buy the big sets, because those are collectible. Those minifigs, you gotta collect them all, essentially, if you want to use Pokemon analogy. And Pokemon sets are coming out this year, so there's more collectability right there. Bullshit, in my opinion. Minifigs are not going away anytime soon. People love them. People hate them. Well, I think I'm the only one that kind of is not very fond of minifigs. I understand the concept. I appreciate minifigs for their lasting time, their lasting, presence. But I find minifigs to be overrated. Oh yeah, I'm saying it. TheZOMBIEJ is here to tell you, minifigs are overrated. Too many minifigs have been produced ever since the first one came out. Way too many. A lot. Thousands, if you will. From different, IPs. There are also spin-offs, like the Big Figs and whatnot. And there are also, the Jack Stone size things, the Avatar ones too. There are different takes on the minifigs, lots of different printing, lots of different, stuff being added on and used for accessory reasons. And, well, minifigs have been expanded upon over the years. Take a look at the Lego Friends line, and you'll see what I'm exactly pointing out. That's an expansion because those figures are not exactly minifigs, but they're still a figure that you can collect. My point is, minifigs are basically Lego's bread and butter. They stick way too damn well, and they produce these things ad nauseum. And they're in every Lego theme you can possibly imagine. Even with Hero Factory's Invasion from Below, literally the worst year in Hero Factory in my opinion, those hero minifigs are shit. You can't shrink down a hero to minifig size level and expect to be taken seriously. It was absolute balls. I hated Invasion from Below. The creatures were okay, for the most part. But the mechs were garbage. And I'm a Japanese mecha fan. I'm a fan of, Evangelion, sometimes Gundam, what was it called? Gargantia on the Virtuous Moon, what have you, Japanese mecha is pretty cool. Not so much of a Godzilla fan or Kaiju fan myself, but mecha is pretty cool. Not a Gundam collector or anything, I just find the concept to be cool. Mazinger Z is another one. And Getter Robo. Yeah, I like mecha. And then, of course, Lego has an obsession with mechs. Every minifig has got to have a mech. Well, this is stupid. But anyway. Minifigs are something that anyone and everyone can latch onto and have the desire to collect. And unfortunately, I see the minifigs, while they are successful pieces of plastic, they are also problematic. Given Lego's history with producing minifigs, that some were somewhat controversial and some were also kind of not to the liking of some individuals. For example, there was one that I absolutely hated. Well, there were multiples that I absolutely hated, but we'll just use this as an example. If I recall, and yes, I could even throw in the Hero Factory minifigs because, yeah. But there were the Lego Movie had Lego sets, and those minifigs that I had, the Lucy minifig, as well as the Emmett minifig, and then the Cybercop sort of characters, they were all shit. Yeah, they were trying to, you know, reproduce the characters from the show, from the movie, into minifig form, set form. Still doesn't look great. I didn't like those at all, so that's why I sold them off. Another example is The Simpsons. Yes, Lego did The Simpsons. That's not kid-friendly. Yeah, they just look terrible. Just look dead in their eyes. Look square into their eyes and you'll see the dead fish look that they all give. It's like, this makes me want to puke. It strikes fear into me. These stupid fucking Simpsons minifigs. And of course the Sesame Street minifigs were not that great either. So there's plenty I could speak of. The Avatar ones were kind of disappointing. The Nexo Knights ones were kind of not that great. Lame. The Ninjago minifigs tend to be kind of shit sometimes. The Legends of Chima ones were okay for the most part, but I sold off the ones I had. Not that crazy about Legends of Chima anyway, but it had potential. And you get what I'm saying. Minifigs have this problem of, well, there's a quality difference between each and every minifig that you will never compare them to previous iterations. Some minifigs tend to have worse printing than others. Some have better printing than others. And then there's also the problem of it's just too easy to latch onto a minifig and see it as the greatest minifig of all time. Some people also believe that minifigs are probably the best things that Lego has ever done. And I will give credit to Lego for coming up with the minifig concept. It was a revolution in Lego building blocks territory. You got these posable little minifigs, characters of various franchises, and they even have their own blind bag series. 29 is coming up, and there's a rumor circulating that there's a fucking Tahoe one, and I don't believe it at all. Wake the fuck up, guys, come on. A minifig Tahoe would be cool, but at the same time, I don't support Bionicle being turned into minifigs at all. It was just by chance that we got the Anika and the Paraka, obviously, and obviously, you know, these, but they don't do anything, the Hordika. But these are cool, you know, they have Exoforce arms, sure. They move their heads, move their waist, yeah, everything is good. I like these are cool. But in the form of a traditional minifig with armor, swords, axes, and whatever, I don't believe that Bionicle needs to be taken in that direction. I saw TTV's dreadful G3 concepts, and wow, what a shit show that they have become in terms of, you know, coming up with stupid ideas for a possible G3. And their minifigs ideas just look like shit. I don't like them at all. Also, the story details, worse than G2. Yeah. Minifigs are overrated for various reasons. One of them is, well, their popularity amongst the Lego community. Once they've started producing minifigs, then everybody just wanted more of them. Yeah. So their popularity boomed, and as a result, Lego drew in more revenue. So you can honestly count that as a good thing, I suppose. But the popularity has just kind of shifted a little bit in a way. I mean, nowadays, with construction dead, basically, at least in Lego's mind, kids will automatically assume that minifigs are the way to go, because that's what they're growing up on, is minifigs with these horrendous looking mechs and whatnot. Just look at the Ninjago mechs and you get what I'm saying. Star Wars and Marvel and DC mechs are also shit too, but I digress. Minifigs have their place in time. They had their, fun in the sun for the better part of however long they've been produced. Minifigs are cool. Every once in a while they produce a pretty cool minifig that would be nice to have. The Blind Bag series tends to have pretty good stuff, like, classic nods to Knights and whatnot. So, hell, even Knight's Kingdom, even though that was partially construction as well, had some Knights figures as well, minifigs. So that was kind of an expansion of the Knights in Shining Armor thing. So, minifigs have always been seen as just this tremendous thing, when in reality it's just wasted plastic, in my opinion. If you like minifigs, that's good for you. If I have to say that minifigs are successful enough for Lego to keep them going, because it doesn't make sense for them to make a line and not put minifigs in it. Because if they make something else like Dreams or Monkey Kid or anything to that degree, if they make another theme like that, they've got to put minifigs in it. Because every Lego theme has to have minifigs. Why? They're easy to latch onto. They're collectibles. And in general, kids like minifigs. I do appreciate the minifig concept. I really do. But as time went on, my interest in minifigs and having my own minifig collection waned in favor of having a construction collection. Yeah, I prefer construction builds over system builds any day, but I've got some system sets that are pretty cool. Yeah. And, even when we had this Lego thing going on where we lived previously, I built one of these. It's an in-store build sort of gimmick thing. It's a pencil holder, but I'm using it for flash drives, stick drives. This is cool. Had a crab. It died. It's in pieces. It's dead. It turned into crab rangoons. Lego crab rangoons. There you go. And I still have the Halloween pumpkin thing too, so there's that. Overall, minifigs are the ultimate form of, Lego representing themes in general. You have theme representation through Lego minifigs all across the board, except for Bionicle, unless you want to count the toy in Ica, which I understand, because I really like those. If Bionicle had to come back this year or next year, in some way, shape, or form, that is what you need. That, the Toei and Ica build is what you need. But they're not going to reproduce that because fuck us, I guess, you know? Minifigs, in the traditional stance, they're fine. I can get behind them. But I just don't see the point and purpose of collecting these fuckers anymore. Especially here in 2026 when no Lego set, nothing, there's nothing good coming out this year at all. Nothing. There's nothing. Nothing new. Well, there's new sets, but nothing original in my opinion. Yeah, the same building techniques as the past 3 or 4 years. Shut the fuck up. But seriously, the minifigs, some tend to be, well, it feels like Lego are living off of past successes by reintroducing old minifigs, but in a modern sort of stance. And this is where I have a problem. Yes, there is a nostalgia factor to it, but at the same time, it feels like they are capitalizing on nostalgia. Like a greedy corporation capitalizing on the nostalgia of video games, but I digress. Don't get me started on that shit. But overall, what does the future hold for Lego and minifigs? Well, they're going to keep making them until, yeah, they're going to keep making minifigs no matter how much we bitch and whine about it. People like minifigs. I'm probably the only one who has a problem with them, but, you know, it's just the fact that, you know, minifigs just they've existed since the first one, and all in all, you know, minifigs have their problems, they have their place in time, they are well respected as the successful Lego thing. But at the same time, wake up. I mean, the time of the minifig has to be over by now, because Lego are just making them just to make them. Because they sell. That's all that it is anymore. They make these minifigures simply to fucking sell. I can't stress this enough. They're selling minifigs. They're selling these big lavish sets at a premium simply because the collectible minifigs. Minifigs are collectible, and pay as much as you can. Well, pay as much as Lego wants you to. Star Wars minifigs tend to be collectible ever since the late 90s, when they got the Star Wars license. But Lucasfilm needed some of that IP, money, because it's their IP. So, yeah, we all know what happened. Bionicle came about. We didn't get minifigs until 2006. But the playsets for Bionicle were just kind of strange. I wasn't too much of a fan of them myself. But, hell, I've only had 3 playsets. But overall, you know, they're cool. And I do like the Toei and Ica design over there, and the Paraka design. And the Toa Mari and Baraki designs were basically leeching off the same design concept as the Inika and Paraka. But, what do you say to that? I don't know. So minifigs are the most profitable thing to come out of Lego. They're the ultimate form of expressive, just expression. Lego can express the themes of the past with these minifigs. And if they sell, good on them. If they don't sell, well, Lego needs to rethink things then. And to be honest, they need to rethink things anyway, in my opinion, because, well, in my own personal opinion, I've kind of just had enough of the minifigs. There's nothing good, in my opinion. Look at the 2026 roster and the leaks for next year as well, and you'll probably see what I'm talking about. These minifigs in these 2026 sets look just stupid. The One Piece minifigs are just ridiculous. Fuck that shit. I mean, seriously, I will not be buying that fucking shit. Minifigs in, themes like One Piece, especially since it's the Netflix show, they look ridiculous and they look stupid. You're better off just watch the anime or read the manga, if you will. Yeah, the manga is long, and so is the anime, and the anime has had a multitude of movies. But, yeah, I just don't give a shit at all about those minifigs in that show. Really, the only reason I have for bashing the minifig concept is because of its longevity. Its longevity is the reason why minifigs will probably prove to be LEGO's downfall eventually, if not for their actions. If LEGO's actions don't prove to be their downfall, it will be minifigs. Because people will get tired of minifigs. I'm tired of them right now. I've been tired of them since, past couple years. Yeah, I'm sick of minifigs. LEGO, please do something original with minifigs instead of, just rehashing what you've already had before, but in a modernized styling. It's like with the Knights from the 90s, the Knights, the castle sets. They had to bring back something like that into the blind bags and whatnot. So what do? They basically take a modernized version of what was already pre-established back in the 90s and probably 80s, I don't know. And really, there's no point in starting up a minifig collection in 2026. Really, what you need to do is, if you really like a certain minifig, just buy it off of Bricklink. That's all you really need to do. I'm against Bricklink myself, but especially since LEGO owns it and they've made changes. But buy an individual minifig and don't buy an entire set where you don't even want the actual physical set. You just want the minifigs. You just want the set for the minifigs. And you see what I'm saying? This is just bullshit. I'm tired of all these minifigs. The minifigs are proving to be... They're going to eventually be, part of of LEGO's decline. And they already know it. So they're just going to ride out until they can't anymore. Eventually, the minifigs will take a key role. It will be a key role in their demise. Because people will stop buying sets because the minifig concept will, inevitably wane on them. People will grow out of the minifigs in favor of something else, in favor of something new. And you have to agree with me on that, because really, who cares about minifigs anymore? The minifig concept was revolutionary for its time. But for decades now, it's been a continuous whirlwind of stuff here, stuff there, stuff representing all kinds of things. I had at least one minifig from the blind bags. It was the skateboarder dude with the beanie cap. And I eventually sold that off because I just no longer had a use for it. I sold off a Spider-Man minifig, the original suit. That was 30 bucks. Yeah. So, if you're tired of the minifigs yourself, sell them off at a resale shop. Because the minifigs, while they are tried and true and they are well respected amongst the LEGO community, I'm just sick and tired of them myself. I mean, come on. The minifigs, while they're not going away, I'm just done with them. This is why I won't buy an actual LEGO set anymore from all these themes that have minifigs in them. It's just so by chance, because of Christmas, that I got the LEGO Santa Claus with fucking 4 out of the 9 reindeer. Yeah, I already did a post on that. I mean, shut up. I'm considering trading that in too, because I don't even want the Santa Claus minifigure. I'm not a believer in Santa Claus myself, so there's that. But that's a collectible minifig. So, I'm not a minifig collector myself, so why should I care? Why should I care about minifigs anymore? I shouldn't, and I'm not, and I won't. So, overall, what's left to say here at 26 and a half minutes? Well, LEGO, keep doing the minifigs because it's making you fuck tons of money, and I don't see them going away anytime soon, these minifigs, because they won't take them out of circulation. Instead, they will just continue making the minifigs. And whatever new theme comes out this year, Pokemon, there will be an Ash Ketchum minifig that will be collectible. And of course, everyone wants an Ash Ketchum minifig. That's a fuck off with this shit. I mean, come on. You know, Mega already did some pretty good Pokemon stuff. I mean, look at the big fucking Charizard that my sister has, and you have this crankshaft thing that makes you go, and then, yeah, that's pretty cool. It looked pretty damn awesome. Well, then their license had to expire, and LEGO picked it up. You see what happens? LEGO are desperate for cash, so introduce Pokemon. What's next, Digimon? Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. It's inevitable, folks. Whatever's profitable, at least what LEGO thinks is profitable, will be made into LEGO sets, into a LEGO theme. It'll be part of the LEGO ecosystem, and this is just the way things are going. So, in conclusion, minifigs. They're cool. Sometimes. I have problems with them. And overall, they are truly overrated. There are minifigs that suck. There are minifigs that are good. The good ones are outweighed by the bad ones, because there are so many bad ones. There are legit reasons to be excited about minifigs, because, you know, LEGO introduced them decades ago. But there are also legit reasons to hate minifigs. And this is where I turn to all of you. If you hate minifigs, well, that's kind of harsh, but it's just a piece of plastic, whatever. But if you hate minifigs to a degree where, you know, you do this kind of thing, rant about it on camera, well, let me know what you feel about the minifig concept and if it's run its course. Because seriously, I think that the minifig concept has ran its course. They've patented the minifig, and that patent has got to be getting close, dangerously close to expiration. So maybe the minifigs will be, you know, tone down a bit in 2027, because I don't see it happening in 2026. Maybe in 2028 we'll see less minifigs and more brick-built SCCBS action figures. Have 1 year where you release buildable action figures out of bricks and ball joints and ratchet joints, obviously. And tone down the minifigs a bit, LEGO. This would be a new revolution. This would be awesome. But they're not going to do it because they look at ridiculous, they look at ideas like this, they look at people like me and laugh and then just carry on. Because, really, they see us as fools. They see their fans as just obstacles that are in their way. Much like the Borat Kyle thought the Toa Nuva were obstacles in their way. Yeah, well, fuck you too, LEGO. Actually, how about a double fuck you? Because what you're doing, you're making shitty minifigs nowadays. And this has been true for the past 5 years. 5 fucking years, your minifigs have just been shit, and they're only getting worse as the quality continues to drop. Your quality is now bootleg quality. High quality bootleg. Yeah, I'm saying it right now. LEGO's quality has dropped to that low of a margin. Bootleg quality. High quality bootleg quality. Now that is scary. Because what happens if it continues to drop? Uh-oh! Their quality will get beyond subpar, and it's only a matter of time before they just can't do it anymore. Rough feeling plastic, rough feeling, cuts of the rubber. Also, the vinyl cuts will get rough too, and the printing will look out to be shit. Also, the quality in the box art will drop because of the use of AI, among other things. LEGO, you're losing. You really are losing. And overall, well, you spend more money on the minifigs than you do with the actual sets that the minifigs come in. So maybe you need to take a break from minifigs for a year at most, at least 2. Give us SCCBS figures instead. Give us one collectible minifig at least every month of that 1 year, in part of a gift with purchase or something. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it got increasingly long, but I felt like I had a lot to say, and I really did. Whether you find this to be bullshit or not, that's your problem. This is genuinely how I feel, and seriously, I'm sick of minifigs. I just want the minifigs to be dumped into a cardboard box full of minifigs, pour lighter gas on them, lighter fluid, drop a flame, and watch them burn, because I'm so sick of the minifig concept. I don't even want to buy Parker. I don't even want the Parker minifig from... Oh, God, what is that fucking theme? Doesn't matter. I don't even want that minifig anymore, because I'm just so sick of the minifigs. I want SCCBS builds instead of these, in my opinion, worthless minifigs. Yeah, I'm going that far. Minifigs to me are worthless. And yet Parker, from the theme that I can't remember now, was $4. I chose to avoid purchasing it, wisely so. hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace. And I'm sorry if I keep, messing up my words. It just happens.